In the Fertile Crescent of ancient Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, lay the kingdom known as Babylon. This was a land teeming with history and mystery, where the mud-brick cities bore witness to the birth of civilization. At its heart was a leader whose name would echo through the corridors of history, Hammurabi. 1. The legacy of Babylon. Begin by introducing Babylon as a burgeoning force in ancient Mesopotamia, appreciated for its strategic location and rich resources. Highlight its role as a cultural and trade hub that attracted people from various regions. 2. Hammurabi ascends. Transition into the story of Hammurabi's ascent to power. His leadership began around 1792 BCE, marked by the resolve to unify the fragmented city-states of Mesopotamia. Describe his ambitions and the challenges he faced. 3. Building an empire. Explore Hammurabi's military campaigns and diplomacies that expanded Babylon's boundaries. Discuss how his strategies in warfare and alliances helped in annexing rival cities, consolidating power. 4. The economy flourishes. Delve into the economic prosperity under Hammurabi. Describe how the fertile lands supported agriculture, which became the backbone of Babylonian wealth. Trade thrived with neighboring kingdoms, bringing prosperity. 5. A period of innovation. Highlight the period of technological and cultural innovations. Describe advancements in science, mathematics, and art, flourishing under the stability Hammurabi provided. 6. The need for law. Illustrate the diverse and expanding society of Babylon. With growth, came the necessity for an organized structure. Laws that guided everyday life were eminent. 7. Divine inspiration. Describe the divine right and inspiration behind Hammurabi's laws, as he claimed it was gifted by Shamash, the sun god and god of justice, laying a divine foundation for his rules. 8. Crafting the code. Provide an overview of how the code of laws was meticulously developed. Explain the blending of traditions and local customs Hammurabi used as materials for his legal tapestry. 9. The code unveiled. Describe the scene when Hammurabi's code was publicly unveiled. It was engraved in cuneiform script on a tall slab of diorite, commanding reverence and awe. 10. The structure of the code. Delve into the structure of the code, comprising 282 laws with prologue and epilogue. The laws covered civil, criminal, and commercial matters, setting a precedent for fairness. 11. Family laws. Explore the laws governing family dynamics. Explain the priorities of family relationships, marriage, and inheritance, as depicted in the code. 12. Punitive measures. Detail the punishment-based system. An eye for an eye principle, illustrating the reciprocal justice Hammurabi believed essential to maintain order. 13. Protection of property. Discuss provisions related to property laws. How ownership, theft, and damage were addressed, offering protections that sustained economic activities. 14. Workers and obligations. Examine laws pertaining to labor. The rights and duties of workers, from farmers to traders, were articulated to ensure obligations were met. 15. Business and trade regulations. Consider the laws guiding commerce. Contracts, trade disputes, and debt laws structured Babylon's thriving trade economy, providing clarity and fairness. 16. Slavery in the Code. Addressed the reality of slavery, a widespread institution. Hammurabi's laws on slaves reflect the norms yet offer protections unheard of in other civilizations. 17. Justice for the weak. Analyze the protective measures for the vulnerable, widows, orphans, and the poor, demonstrating a semblance of social justice within the code. 18. Influence on governance. Reflect upon how Hammurabi's laws influenced governance. They served as guidelines for future lawmakers, emphasizing organized civil administration. 19. Impact on Mesopotamia. Consider how these laws affected Mesopotamia as a whole. They unified various peoples under a common legal framework, facilitating stable governance. 20. Scribes in education. Highlight the role of scribes in documenting and interpreting the laws. This period saw an expansion in literacy and education as a respected profession emerged. 21. Symbolism of the stele. Dive into the symbolic importance of Hammurabi's stele. Its physical presence represented the rule of law across vast territories. 22. A moral framework. Discuss the moral implications of Hammurabi's code. The laws were designed to reflect societal values, enforce ethical behavior, and deter wrongdoing. 23. Comparisons with modern law. Compare Hammurabi's code with modern legal structures, noting its striking influence and foundational role in developing future legal systems. 24. Hammurabi's legacy. Explore the enduring legacy of Hammurabi beyond the code. His achievements in uniting Mesopotamia and overseeing both cultural and structural development. 25. Babylon under siege. As Babylon expanded, focus on the increase of external pressures and the defense mechanisms employed to protect its territories and laws from foreign entities. 26. Cultural flourishing. Highlight the cultural achievements during Hammurabi's reign. The increase in literature, mythology, and religious practices woven into daily life. 27. The stewards of Hammurabi's law. Introduce the successors and historians who preserved the code. Their efforts ensured Hammurabi's legal genius was not lost to time. 28. Challenges and reforms. Delve into the challenges faced post-Hammurabi. How subsequent rulers adapted, reformed, or struggled with maintaining the legal structures. 29. The Code Rediscovered. The story of its rediscovery in 1901, by archaeologists, connecting the ancient world with the modern era. 30. Present relevance. Discuss how elements of Hammurabi's worldview remain relevant. Themes of justice and law echo in modern judicial systems, carrying forward his wisdom.